then
10 years of HBK after that.
And then we saw the main event, the Royal Rumble itself.
Event, yes, the Royal Rumble was... I've heard a lot of people say that this is one of the best Royal Rumbles there's ever been, and I believe it because it was really well done. It was really well paced. You know, there was never too many people in the ring at the same time. There's always some guy coming out clearing the ring. You know, you got the Big Show comes in and does his spot where he just like...
They spread out all the big men nicely so that they each got enough time to shine, and there was never like a clash of the two biggest guys in the ring to sort of slow things down.
Right, yeah. And, like, Kane came in, and they did it really good with him, so that they didn't even have to get anybody to eliminate him, because he, like, the Undertaker's music plays, and he just freaks out because he thought he buried him alive at Survivor Series 2003. And he just freaks out and leaves. And then Spike Dudley ends up being the next guy coming out, and he just, like, destroys Spike Dudley.
One of the highlights of the match, too, was...
Oh, we didn't even stay... We started out with Benoit was first, and Orton was second. And...
Which they doesn't get the credit it deserves, number two.
They were really good. They were both... And for, like, half of the Royal Rumble, probably... It was the two of them, and, like, other people were coming in and out. But, like, they were eliminating most of the people. And at one point, they eliminated everybody to where it was back to just them two again. And that was really cool to have them, like, that parallel. Up until the point when Test is scheduled to come in, and his music plays. But then Test is nowhere to be seen.
He's backstage.
And then we go backstage, and he is down on the floor. And Stone Cold apparently is the general manager of Raw.
He's the commissioner.
He's the commissioner. Okay,
they call him the sheriff or whatever.
The sheriff of Stone Cold. Comes out and he checks on Test. He's like, "What the?" And you see him like yelling at somebody off camera, or he's like, "What the hell are you doing? That's my 21st entrant in the Royal Rumble." He's like, "Well, then you get your ass out there. You go now." And so you're like, who is this person that fucking just beat up Test? First of all, that's like the dumbest move ever by Commissioner Steve Austin. To give this person exactly what they were trying to get by beating somebody up that's in the Royal Rumble.
That's assuming Mankind did it.
That's the only reason.
I just spoiled it.
Of course it, yeah. You did. Yeah. So, yeah. Now I lost my train of thought because you just totally ruined everything. Off the rails.
Mick Foley comes out and he
No, but you just skipped over everything now.
No, I didn't. You were introducing Mick Foley.
I was, but I was trying to do it in a way that explains the motivations and everything. First of all, I was trying to explain why somebody attacking one of the Royal Rumble entrants and then their punishment being to replace them in the Royal Rumble is the stupidest idea in the world. Because that's what they wanted. That's the only reason. That's the only reason to attack.
But there's
somebody.
No evidence.
Of course, he's yelling at him.
He did it.
He's yelling at him, and he tells him to go get in there. Well, of course it's him. Well,
no, but there's no evidence that Mankind is responsible for attacking Test.
What the fuck? This isn't CSI Miami.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
No, Steven, this is wrestling logic you're talking about. It was absolutely Mankind that beat him up. He was yelling at Mick Foley, saying, "Why did you beat this guy's ass?" And then he tells him to go out, and he comes out. What more evidence do you need?
Stone Cold just knows that whoever whoops the ass is the one who deserves to go out and wrestle.
It was just a flimsy plot device to get, because Mick Foley was supposed to like show up, and there was like a seat reserved for him ringside, and people were saying that if he doesn't show up, he's a coward because of Randy Orton or whatever. So he shows up as one of the entrants in the Royal Rumble, and Cactus clotheslines Randy out of the match and himself out of the Royal Rumble.
Bradshaw gets knocked out right away.
Bradshaw comes in and does like a bunch of clotheslines from hell, and then tries to clothesline from hell Benoit, who turns it into a crippler crossface, which is badass. And then he gets eliminated like
many cross faces were had that night.
Yes, many cross faces. Benoit was in there from the beginning, and he like, he didn't take that much time off. He was spending most of the match fighting guys, and he eliminated like 6 guys.
Whoever the new guy was in the match, he was going after him.
Yeah, he was fucking tenacious.
Especially when we didn't know who the new guy in the match was, like in the case of Matt Morgan, who apparently they were giving him a push because he actually eliminated some people.
Yeah, he did. That's right. Oh god,
in the match,
Morgan. But yeah, the last memory I have of Matt Morgan is him in TNA, and it's not the best memory ever. He had like a meaningless match with Sting that was like the worst match imaginable to see who would be the number 1 contender for the heavyweight title.
My memory for this match will be Matt Morgan getting Rikishi's butt up in his face.
That's right.
Coming up big.
He did get that.
There was also apparently the A-Train, which was another...
A-Train, one of the many gimmicks of Prince Albert. Oh, man. Now Lord Tensai, who is now like a reporter for NXT or something, apparently.
Also, as I was trying to say before, my favorite things about the match was Nunzio hiding in the corner.
Yes, Nunzio.
Trying to not get eliminated.
Well, first he came in... there was that's right, when Foley eliminated Orton, they spent like the next like 2 or 3 maybe more minutes watching fucking Foley and Orton brawling around ringside, and then like going backstage. Orton like low blows Foley and then runs backstage, and then Nunzio comes out for his Royal Rumble, and he gets fucking Mr. Sacco'd for his trouble. So he fucking just like crawls to the ringside area and just like props himself up against the barricade and just sits there for like
3-4 entrants.
For like like probably 10 minutes until John Cena comes out and like gives him the "I'm the Doctor of Thugonomics" look and just like throws him into the ring because he's John Cena.
Kurt Angle has a great performance in the match.
Kurt Angle is badass.
He's in there. He takes over kind of after Randy Orton leaves as like the second guy who's going to win the match after Chris Benoit. Yeah. And it really is
it builds
like their match.
It's good because it builds on their past of having like amazing matches like that. That was only like a year ago at this time because they had a like all-time great match at the Royal Rumble 2003. So that was good to have Benoit and Angle in there kind of anchoring. And there was that one really awesome spot, remember, where like everybody just hit their finishers on the Big Show? On the Big Show to try to subdue get him out. That was awesome. But he lasted all the way to the very end with Benoit. And the way he got him out was so cool too, because Benoit was like standing on the apron. And he got Big Show like
a headlock
in the suplex kind of when you're about to suplex somebody, and then he just kind of like shifted his weight downward and just tried to like shimmy under the ropes with Big Show's head in his arm
to like flip him
and just kind of like worm suplex-ish him over the top rope.
The worm suplex.
Yeah, the worm suplex. That's what it is.
Little known.
Yeah, that's a hold that not many people know. So, Chris Jericho, your 1,004 holds. I hope one of them is the worm suplex.
Scott Steiner was in there. Not much memorable.
Scott Steiner was in there, and he went right after Benoit. So it was Royd versus Royd, right off the bat for Scott Steiner.
The clash of the needles. I'm not a big Goldberg fan, but I like the way they handled Goldberg.
Yeah, he was cool. He did he ran a couple spears and then just got thrown out. It was good.
No, Brock came in.
Oh, Brock, that's
right. F5's him.
Brock came in and F5'd his ass for, just for the hell of it.
And then someone just knocked him out.
And someone just, took advantage.
As they should. Rhino was serviceable.
Rhino did a couple gores, I think, and just kind of...
The Hurricane was totally embarrassed.
The Hurricane, oh my god, I had no idea that there was this thing called the Hurricane. He was in there for what, like 10 seconds maybe?
He got like 2 moves and then
what does it say?
thrown
the
away.
Wikipedia should say how much time you spend in there. It has everybody's times.
19 seconds.
19 seconds. So one more second than it took Daniel Bryan to lose the championship at
19 seconds.
WrestleMania.
Booker T was awesome as always.
Booker T was pretty cool. He did a nice scissor kick on somebody. I don't remember who. I don't think he eliminated anybody though.
Rene Dupree, who I've never seen before in my life.
I've never heard of Rene Dupree.
Got a horrible gimmick.
Nah.
His little dance gimmick. And Rikishi didn't like his dancing gimmick.
Speaking of dance, we almost forgot about Ernest the Cat Miller.
Yeah, that was kind of a flash from the past.
Ernest the Cat Miller came in to dance. First of all, he comes in and his theme music is fucking Funkasaurus.
Somebody Call My Mama.
Theme music. Somebody Call My Mama. And we were like, what the fuck? So apparently, Brodus Clay totally stole...
For a second, I thought I was going to see a time-traveling Funkasaurus.
Right?
Like, welcome to 2004.
I'm the Funkaraptor.
This match could go any way.
Yeah. But anyway, so Ernest the Cat Miller comes into the Royal Rumble for the specific purpose of just dancing in the ring and getting eliminated, basically.
Yeah, it was not very impressive.
No.
But he was impressive in The Wrestler, where he played the Ayatollah.
That's right. Yes, he was.
And that's something that we learned.
Which made me surprised that they didn't bring Ernest the Cat Miller in for WrestleMania 25 when they were doing this whole angle with Jericho and Mickey Rourke, because Mickey Rourke's movie was inspiring all these old, dilapidated wrestlers to have like one more match. And Jericho,
even though the message of that movie could possibly be construed as your one more match will kill you.
Yeah. The exact opposite. That wrestling will ruin your life and your relationship with your daughter. Your very hot daughter.
And your way to communicate with society at large.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But yeah, R-Truth was in that movie too.
He's one of the wrestlers?
He's one of the like backstage. Like,
no way. Because I know Coco Beware's in it.
Yeah.
R-Truth. We gotta watch The Wrestler one day.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do
of The Wrestler. Because I rewatched...
We should do a running commentary of The Wrestler.
I rewatched it recently, and I didn't realize how much wrestling is in it, because when I watched it the first time, I was just like, there's no wrestling in it.
I know, yeah.
But there is. There's
totally, yeah.
There's some wrestling.
I remember I was watching that with my friend Lee one time, and... when there's that scene where they show him like getting the razor blade from under his tape and using it to cut his forehead, and I turned to Lee and I was like, that's what they actually do. He was like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, that's how they actually bleed. He was like, really?
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why when you see fucking Dusty Rhodes or Ric Flair in HD, their foreheads are like the map of fucking
it looks like latitude and longitude.
Yeah, it's just like tic-tac-toe. It's like the Joker had a field day on their foreheads.
On that note, this has been another fine episode of Fake Fighting Frenzy.
Fake Fighting Frenzy.
Everyone check out Vundablog.com.
Vundablog.com.
In your spare time. And do what your mother says. Because that's important.
I don't do that, but
I'm Steven.
Say your prayers. Take your vitamins. This is D-Rock. I'm out.
Click.